will we be working on a separate driver class separately? Okay, so the answer to that is no. Fine. And today I'll discuss about the concept of interfaces, and I will tell you how. Fine. So let us first understand what interfaces are in Java language. Fine. I'll create a new class over here, or in the source folder I'll create a new interface. Earlier we used to create a class. Fine. Now I will create a new interface. Fine. And say I name my interface as laptop. Fine. Now, what is an interface? Uh, Technically, interface is something which gives you an overview of what the system is supposed to do. Okay, an interface gives you an overview of what a system is supposed to do. For example, um, when you actually open up a website, for example, if you open up my website, utpselenium.com, fine. So you are able to see the course contents over there. So my website is just like an interface which tells you what uh, can you get from the training which is offered from the website. Okay. Or when you go to the market and if you're trying to buy a book, fine. When you try to buy a book, you read the initial contents of the book, right? The initial page just tells you, the index page just tells you the topics which are covered in the book. So that helps you to get a kind of overview, or that helps you understand what the book is all about. So that index page is an interface. Fine. So similarly, in Java, interface is something which tells you what the application is supposed to do. Although it will not do itself, right? It is just like a brief description of what the system will do. Fine. So an interface, in the interface laptop, I can write something like this, that is public void, um, say the function start. Okay, then a function like public void restart. Okay, function like public void turn on camera. Right. So in the interface, you will not have the function bodies. See, the function bodies will not be present in the interface. What will be present is just the function names. Fine, that's it. Just by looking at the laptop interface, you will be able to say that what will be the features of this laptop. Okay. Now, an interface will never implement the functions. Fine, but it will give you an overview what system is doing. Fine. Now suppose we have a class. We have a class known as Dell laptop. This is not an interface. This is a complete class. I can write over here that the Dell laptop is implementing the laptop interface. You can write in Java. We write like this: implements the laptop interface. When you write implements laptop, then you basically tell Java that whatever are the functions inside the laptop interface, all those functions will be implemented by Dell laptop class. Okay, that's why I'm getting an error. If you move your mouse over the error, you will get the option add the unimplemented method. You click on that, and automatically all the three functions will come up over here. So the class which is implementing the interface is mandatorily required to implement all the functions in the interface. If I delete any one of them, this will throw an error. You just cannot implement it partially like that. Okay, and each function over here has got this sign @override. Technically, this is known as an annotation. This is an annotation. Technically, this is known as an annotation. You can just remove it as well. It is not mandatory to put this. Okay, but if you have this, then if you look at the code, you can come to know that this function is overridden from the laptop interface. That is, it is coming from the laptop interface. Alright, now inside the function I can type in system.out.println something like say del starting, fine, del restarting, okay, or del camera on, fine, you can do anything. Alright, each and every function can be implemented in the way Dell wants it to be implemented. Fine. So now I will create a new class, okay, and I will call that class say HP laptop. Fine. So earlier I had Dell laptop which was implementing the interface laptop, right? Now I have got another class HP laptop which will also go forward and implement the interface laptop. An interface can be implemented by as many classes as possible. You can, it's not that just one class will implement the interface. It can be implemented by as many classes. So HP laptop will also have three functions mandatorily. Inside the first one I am writing HP starting, inside the second one I can write HP restarting, inside the third one I can write HP camera on. So HP can implement the functions, HP laptop can implement the functions in its own way. Okay. So what is the advantage of doing this? I did this, but why did I do this? Okay. Why did I create? First of all, I created an interface known as laptop. Okay. Then I created two classes. Fine. The first class was HP laptop. The second one is Dell laptop. Okay, I created these two classes which implemented the laptop interface. Now, what is the use of this kind of scenario, right? I I should have simply I could have not created the laptop interface. I could have directly created the classes, right? What is the use of interface over here? Well, the use is that if you use an interface like a laptop, you give a structure to your application. You know that whichever laptop class will come and implement the laptop interface will mandatorily have these three functions. Although the implementation of each and every function can differ as per the class, HP laptop can implement the start function in its own way, and Dell laptop can implement the start function. Sorry, man. Dell laptop can implement the start function in its own way. Fine, but the thing is, the name of the functions in each and every class will remain same. This name will remain same. Okay, right. So any layman looking at the laptop interface will know that these three functions are there and these three functions will be there in HP laptop as well as Dell laptop. If probably you add more classes tomorrow, find more laptop classes tomorrow, more and more for each and every company. a different company you add a different laptop class, right? All these will have these three functions. All of them will have minimum these three functions. Alright. So this gives a kind of structure to our application. Fine. And this is the concept of interface. Okay. This is the concept of interfaces. Fine. So now going forward, alright, going forward, how do we use this? How do we use this in the real time world? Fine. Practically, how this concept is used. Well, the thing is, yeah, it's pretty much same as inheritance Gurukula, but it is mandatory. In case of interfaces, it is mandatory for the class to have all these three functions. A class cannot say that fine, I'll just have two functions, right, and skip one of them. Yes, interface can only be implemented to a class. Interface can only be implemented by class. Okay, right. Now, how is this practically used? Okay, how is this practically used? Now, if you hold on, if you yes, it can implement more than one interface. A class can implement more than one interface. Yes, right. If you open up the documentation of Selenium, that is seleniumhq.org. Hold on. Yeah. If you go to this and if you go to the download link, fine. And if you go to the Java doc over here, which is the documentation of Selenium, which I also told you how you can import it in Eclipse, fine. So you will see that in this documentation, whatever these are all the classes on the left hand side. Okay, whatever is written in italics, for example, application cache, right, argument provider, all of these are interfaces. Whatever is in italics. For example, uh, hold on. Mouse over here is an interface. Fine, you see that mouse is written in italics. If you click on it, interface mouse, these are the functions. Click, context click, double click, mouse down, mouse move, mouse up. Right, there are many functions, and these are all the implementing classes like event firing mouse, HTML mouse. These all classes implement this interface. Okay, so in the documentation you will clearly find that what are the interfaces inside Selenium and which are the classes implementing it. Okay, now if you scroll down, everybody would have heard about the word WebDriver. Okay, what is WebDriver? If you look at the documentation, then technically WebDriver over here is an interface. In Selenium, WebDriver is technically an interface, and this is the root interface. The whole story starts from this interface. Okay, and all of these are the implementing classes. Chrome driver, event firing web driver, Firefox driver, HTML unit driver, Internet Explorer driver, remote web driver, Safari driver. Okay, so that means that whatever are the functions which are defined in the WebDriver interface. For example, if I scroll down, the functions like close, which will close the browser, Okay, the function like find element. Okay, it will find the first web element, that means it will find some element or object on the page, right? Or a function like get, which will load a new web page. Okay, a function like get title, which will get the title of the page which is opened. So all these functions which are there in the WebDriver interface will also be there in all of these classes. However, each and every class can implement that in a different way, but the name would be same. So we are just interested in the name, right? Okay, that is why yesterday when I made my code, Selenium Basics, when I created the object of Firefox driver, okay, I use the function f1.get to go to the yahoo.com website. When I created the object of Chrome driver, I again called the same function on Chrome driver because both these classes are implementing the same interface. Like HP laptop and Dell laptop classes were implementing the laptop interface, and both had same function names inside them. Fine. Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand? If you are not able to understand, please let me know. Okay. Yes. The interface is also a .java file, right? But if you open that, you will get the word interface written over here instead of class. Fine. Right. So basically, WebDriver is an interface in Selenium 1.0. Okay, which is Selenium RC. Okay, Selenium was again an interface. The word Selenium I'm talking about. Selenium used to be an interface in Selenium 1.0. In Selenium WebDriver, they have made a new interface known as Interface WebDriver. Okay, any questions? No questions? Fine. So let us move forward. Okay, we saw that WebDriver is an interface, and all the classes like Firefox driver, Chrome driver, iDriver, everything is implementing that interface. So every class will have same set of functions. Alright. It doesn't mean that if you create an object of Firefox driver and you write f1 dot, the functions which you get over here, okay, you'll get the same functions over here as well. They will have common functions. Alright. So if you have to click on a link on Firefox, the way is same. Fine. The procedure is same. If you have to click on a link in Firefox and if you have to click on a link in okay, the procedure is same. The procedure will not vary. Okay. Now moving further on, if I create a new class, fine, and I just call it as test. Okay, and yeah, I mean you can say that interface provides template of common function. Yes, you can say that. Right. So you have this main function. Okay. In this, suppose if I create the object of HP laptop, right? And after that, if I create the object of Dell, look in Eclipse, it's quite smart. You can just type in Dell, fine, and hit Control Space Bar. Dell laptop will again come up in front of you. Or if I just write DE and hit Control Space Bar, it will give you the internal names of all the classes starting from DE. The most preferred one is Dell laptop. Okay, I can write Dell laptop DL equals to new. Again, you hit Control Space Bar, you get the option. Okay, new Dell laptop. So I created the object of HP laptop as well as Dell laptop. What if I try to create the object of laptop interface? Laptop is the interface, right? Laptop, if I write L equals to new laptop. Hold on. Yeah. So what you will get is you will get an error. Okay. You will get an error that this laptop is not instantiated. Look, the thing is you cannot instantiate the laptop class. Laptop class cannot be instantiated. Please note this point. Okay, because you cannot create an object for an interface. An interface is not complete. It is abstract in nature. You cannot create the object of an interface. It is illegal in Java to create the object of an interface. You can create the object of regular classes. Fine. I cannot create the object of WebDriver. Why? Because WebDriver is an interface. Okay. Fine. It's an interface in Java language. Now all these classes are implementing this interface, right? And now there is a different concept over here. Fine. Now just listen to this carefully. People they get a little confused. Fine. People they get a little confused. Over here. Hold on. If I write HP dot start, or if I write HP dot restart, or HP dot turn on camera, fine. I can call these functions, right? Or I can also write DL dot start, DL dot restart, and DL dot say turn on camera. Fine. If I run this, you will get the regular output. Fine. First it will say HP starting, then HP restarting, then HP camera on. Right. So now the point over here is, okay, the point over here is that if in case Dell decides tomorrow or HP decides tomorrow that I have one more function, a function which is not there in any other laptop, for example public void fingerprint recognition in the laptop is there. So this is a function which is of its own type, like only HP laptop has it. It's not coming up from the interface. Okay, then this function can be accessed in the class. You can write over here HP dot fingerprint recognition. Right. Okay. So right now the thing is the what I want to explain you is that this function, please note it, in some time you will come to know. Please note this thing, that this is a function which is of HP laptop only. Fine. And now I am going to talk about a different way of creating an object. If till now what I had been doing, I had been writing the class name, the name of the class equals to new, again the name of the class. Okay, fine. Now I will create an object like this. I'll write laptop L equals to new HP laptop. Now if you look at this, both of them are different. Over here I am writing interface reference equals to new class which is implementing the interface. Okay, it is something like earlier I had been writing Firefox driver F1 equals to new Firefox driver. Now I am writing WebDriver D equals to new Firefox driver. Hold on. The interface reference equals to new class, that is the class which is implementing an interface. Are you seeing the difference? Right? Now what is the internally what is the difference? Okay, internally what is the difference when you write WebDriver driver equals to new Firefox driver, and or if you write this? Okay, the difference comes in, let me go back to test.java. The difference comes in when I start accessing the object. Okay, I can write L dot start, I can write L dot restart, fine, and I can write L dot turn on camera, fine. I can write all these things, but I cannot call the function fingerprint recognition in the HP laptop class. When you create an object like this, you can only call the objects in the HP laptop class which are coming up from the interface. If you create the object like this, okay, if you create the object like this, you can call all the functions in the HP laptop class, even the function like fingerprint recognition, which is of the own type, like only HP laptop owns it, right? No other things, no other class owns it, right? But if you create an object like this, you can only call the functions in the HP laptop class which are coming up from the interface. Basically, the only the implemented function you can call. You understood the difference, why this is used, what is the advantage? I will talk about it in some time, fine. But right now I want to talk about that. What is the difference? Okay, if you write over here like this, hold on. In Selenium basics, right? If you write over here Firefox driver F1 equals new Firefox driver, with F1 you can access all the functions in the Firefox driver class, the ones which are of its own type firstly, and the second one which are coming up from the WebDriver interface. But if you create an object like this, fine, if you create an object like this, that is a WebDriver D equals to new Firefox driver, okay, you can only access the functions which are there in Firefox driver and are coming from the WebDriver interface. Alright, fine. I hope you understand my point. Right. Now what is the advantage? Why what advantage will this line give me over this line? Okay. Why do I have to write like this? If you see regular coders code, they you will see that they code like this. They generally write this line. Why don't they write this line? Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about the advantage of actually writing this line. Fine, guys. Yeah. So as I told you, these are the two ways. Fine, let's discuss both these ways. I will actually create a new class, okay, and I'll call it Selenium, say example. Fine. Now I will add the external jar files as well in the project. Firefox. Look, you need to have Firefox on your machine. I don't think so. You are having Firefox on your machine.
My machine. Need ivala. Okay, this is upper key. Hello.
Hello everyone, sorry, my laptop actually crashed and I had to restart it and join the meeting. Okay, I'm really sorry, I don't know why this happened suddenly. And hold on, I'm really sorry for this. Yeah.